Hello, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus time travelers. I hope you're well. Thank you so much for being here. This is your prediction for February 2026. Keep in mind, it is a collective general reading. So as the messages come through today, just take what fits, leave what doesn't, because if it's not your message, it just means that it is meant for someone else. Also, be sure to check out your other placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus. And if you don't know what they are, in the description box is a link where you can obtain your free birth chart. With all of that said, now let's begin. Okay. I want to take a look at that Eight of Swords. Okay, tapping into the Capricorn collective now for Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements. What does Capricorn need to know for February 2026? What do they not see coming? Or what do they need to prepare for? Let's get one more shuffle here for you. Okay, thank you. In the heart of your spread, we have the Four of Cups. In the top row, you have King of Cups, Ace of Swords, and the Six of Wands. Flanking the Four of Cups is the Ten of Pentacles and the Nine of Swords. And in the bottom row, you have the Ten of Swords, you have the Knight of Pentacles, and you have a Queen of Cups. Oh, interesting. King to the Queen of Cups. Okay. Bottom of the deck is a little sneak peek now into March. We have the Three of Cups, we have the Page of Wands, we have the Nine of Wands, and that leaves the Ace of Cups, the Star. Aha, Death card in the reverse. Interesting, to the Hierophant here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, let me scoot these over. I want to make sure that you can see them on camera. Okay, let's clarify your cards now using the After Tarot deck. If you've never seen this reading before, or maybe you're not familiar with this deck, the images of the cards are different, and so it does alter the meaning of the cards, but we'll go through them as necessary. Let's just get them out on the table for you here. For Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, as well as Venus placements, for February 2026, we are clarifying King of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Nine of Swords. Ace of Wands wanted to show itself. Okay, so keep that in mind. We're clarifying King of Cups, Ace of Swords, Six of Wands, Ten of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Nine of Swords, Ten of Swords, Knight of Pentacles, and the Queen of Cups for the Capricorn collective for February 2026. Let's get one more shuffle here. Thank you. The King of Cups is being clarified by the Five of Pentacles. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the Page of Cups. The Six of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Wands. See, it did want to show itself. The Ten of Pentacles is clarified by the Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is clarified by the Four of Pentacles. The Nine of Swords is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles. The Ten of Swords is clarified by the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Pentacles is clarified by the King of Cups. And the Queen of Cups is clarified by the Three of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Fool, Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant. And that leaves the Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords, Nine of Wands here, to the Nine of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. This is without a doubt a connection-based reading. I don't know who this person is to you. Your boss, your friend, your family member. It could be a neighbor. I don't think so, but it could be. It could be your lover. It could be your spouse for some of you. If you don't want to hear anything about reconciliation, I would just click off this video now and watch another placement. But looking at the cards, it looks like you are reconciling here with someone in the month of February. Your overall energy is the Four of Cups to the Four of Pentacles. You seem to be going a little back and forth here. You're not fully giving up on the connection, energetically speaking, okay? Maybe to the world and to yourself. And if you and I were able to have a one-on-one discussion, you're going to tell me that you're done and you don't want to see this person's face ever again. And I would believe you if you told me that, if I wasn't looking at the energy. Because the energy is, I don't know if I want to hold on or let go. I'm not happy with this person. I'm not happy with what transpired between the two of us and that Four of Cup energy. You know, I wish things didn't go down like that, or I wish they didn't behave that way. But the Four of Pentacles card in the After Tarot deck, this person is holding on to the Four of Pentacles. Meanwhile, we have the Grim Reaper here, scorpionic energy. So it's like you have a choice here to hold on or let go. And I don't think you're doing either, at least energetically speaking. So what do I mean by that? Let's say you did end the connection with this person. You're still maybe watching tarot readings. You're still thinking about them. You know, you're watching tarot readings to see how they're doing, or if they're coming back, or how they're doing with someone else if they've moved on. So there's still an energetic attachment, or you're thinking about them a lot, or you're replaying things in your head that transpired between you and them. So again, if you want to tell me, I don't want this person back, I'm going to believe you, but I'm telling you energetically, there's still a tie here. And so energetically speaking, you're not happy with this person or what transpires between the two of you in the month of February and whatever happened prior to February, but you're still not sure if you want to hold on or let go. In the top row, we have King of Cups to the Five of Pentacles, Ace of Swords to the Page of Cups, and Six of Wands to the Ace of Wands. I think this person's coming back around again. I think they're offering you an apology, and I think you're accepting the apology. If you don't want to hear it, like I said, click it off. And I don't know who this person is, but you have a lot of affection or admiration or respect for them, and they have it for you as well. This person wants to come in from out of the cold. So there has been some type of severance here of the connection or a reduction in conversation. You may have had a tower moment with this person, but they're coming in the month of February looking for reconciliation. They're offering you an apology, and you seem to be trying to find the clarity within yourself of whether or not you should accept their apology or give them another try. Because sometimes we can accept an apology but not allow the person back into our life. It's just like, okay, thank you for owning what you did. Good luck. But this seems to be you're trying to figure that out with that Ace of Swords. Like, do I just accept the apology and send them on their merry way? Or do I accept the apology and let them back into my life? And Six of Wands to the Ace of Wands looks like you are accepting the apology or the offer opportunity that they're giving you here. Flanking that Four of Cups to the Four of Pentacles is a Ten of Pentacles to the Four of Cups. That whole, I'm really upset about what happened back there. You're sort of putting it off to the side here in the month of February in the interest of the Ten of Pentacles, the family or the foundation. And again, I don't know who this person is. Maybe this is a boss or someone you work with and you've had a difficult time and they're coming in with an apology and you're like, you know what, because I want to keep my job, I'm just going to accept their apology and move on. Because maybe for a while there you were contemplating leaving your job. Like I said, it could be a child, it could be a partner, or just someone that you see as an equal, regardless of who they, particularly are in your life. But this seems to be like in the interest of money, or in the interest of family, or in the interest of long-term goals, or in the interest of the foundation I've already created with this individual. I'm willing to give them another try. Nine of Swords, again, that Ten of Pentacles. There's worry here. You're thinking about it long and hard. You're not an automatic yes to this person. You're not a pushover. So I don't want you to think like they come in with this little sorry and you're like, yes, welcome back. Hurt me again, screw me over again. I don't think it's quite that way. You're struggling a little bit here energetically about, again, do I just accept the apology and send them on their way? Or do I allow them back into my life? But then with that Ten of Swords to Knight of Cups, you are accepting what they're offering you, despite the hardship, despite the ending, despite whatever happened here in the connection. And then the Knight of Pentacles, again, to that King of Cups, you seem to be saying, I'm just going to take it slow and easy and see where it goes and how it goes. So it's almost like you're re-engaging, you're accepting this apology or offer, and you're re-engaging with this individual, but with limited to no expectation. And it's almost like a wait and see. I guess we're just going to wait and see now how this plays out. And the Queen of Cups, this is you, whether you're masculine or feminine. You're now beginning to rebuild the foundation or the structure of this connection with this individual. When we look into the month of March, you seem to be happy that you reconnected with this person, but it's still difficult for you I feel like monitor them, because this is very much like a wait and see attitude. So in March, you're happy for the reconnection, or happy that they're back in your life, or happy that things are going okay. But I feel like there's a constant surveillance, so you're constantly waiting for the other shoe to drop. And that is beginning to emotionally exhaust you in the month of March. But that Fool, Queen of Pentacles, and the Hierophant, it looks like you're going to continue to invest in the connection, despite the difficulties that you have emotionally speaking with, like I said, waiting for that shoe to drop. I want to clarify a couple of things here for you. this Page of Cups. So let's first clarify the Ace of Swords, because this seems to be you trying to figure out if you should accept it. What does it mean? Is this the right thing for you to do? So tell me about that Ace of Swords here. Tell me about the Ace of Swords. One more shuffle here. Thank you. The Ace of Swords is clarified by the King of Swords, the Sun, and the Five of Swords. Yeah, there's some internal conflict here with you about whether or not you can fully accept this apology, trust this person again. But I do see you here by the end of the month. You are accepting the apology. Tell me a little bit about that Page of Cups. Tell me about that Page of Cups. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Page of Cups is clarified by the Page of Wands, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Swords. I do, bottom of the deck, the Magician, Four of Wands, and the Devil. Again, it's a very detached energy here. So this is, I'm going to accept the apology, but I'm not putting my heart on the line. I'm not fully trusting this person. This is very much, I'm just going to wait and see how this plays out. And there is a part of you internally that's waiting for the other shoe to drop, waiting for them to F up again, waiting for them to hurt you again, or abandon you, or ghost you, like whatever happened back there. It's like your nervous system has not fully relaxed or adjusted. So you're not fully healed from whatever transpired in the past. Just keep that in mind, because you probably want to continue to work on your healing. Trying to see what else I can clarify here for you. I want to clarify, I'm not going to clarify the Ten of Swords, because what transpired here is going to be different for all of you. But I want to focus on your energy here. So tell me about Capricorn's energy here as they're starting to build or rebuild with this individual. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Queen of Cups is clarified by the Nine of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Emperor. Bottom of the deck, the Hierophant. Yeah, this is very much you. This is a very much wait and see. Can this person live up to not the expectations you have for them? Because that Devil card in the After Tarot deck is detached. So I don't think you're attached to any particular outcome. This seems to be waiting to see if this person can rise to the occasion. And it's like, only time will tell. Only time will tell. Clarify this further. Clarify that Three of Pentacles there. One more shuffle. Thank you. So the Three of Pentacles, we're going to clarify this by the King of Swords. So King now to the Queen of Swords. Page of Swords and Justice. Again, bottom of the deck, the Magician. So I do think you move forward again with connecting with this person. But that Page of Swords, Page of Wands, Page of Wands, this is very much monitoring, waiting to see what they do. Do their actions match their words? Can you trust them again? But it appears here to be your decision that you do want to move forward with this individual. I want to clarify for you. Yeah, we have a little bit of time. Before I get into the Oracle cards, I just want to see, you just seem very tired here. A part of you is happy and a part of you is tired. I really think you're going to need to focus on your healing. Even if you're accepting this person back and accepting the apology, and you seem to be happy, you know, in the Three of Cups that things are working out. But I don't think you're really addressing whatever that Ten of Swords was there in the past. I don't know if you just saw the lights flicker or not. Clarify that Nine of Wands here. Clarify the Nine of Wands. One more shuffle. Thank you. The Nine of Wands, yeah, Seven of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Seven of Pentacles. Bottom of the deck, the Magician. If you don't spend enough time healing whatever transpired here between you and this person, you could actually be the one to sabotage the connection, because the moment the smallest thing goes wrong, you know, they're late 5 minutes, they forget the cap off of the toothpaste bottle, you know, something small, you might just explode on them, because that Seven of Pentacles, you still have been holding on for a long time to whatever happened here. So it's like there's unresolved trauma, unresolved wounding here. And I think you could sabotage this connection by being very verbally aggressive, because you're accepting an apology here, but you're not fully healed yet. So it's like, because you're waiting for the other shoe to drop, you're kind of manifesting that the other shoe drops. And when the other shoe is not dropping, the smallest thing they do is going to make you feel like it's going to trigger you into thinking like, here they go again. They're doing it again. They're lying to me again. You know what I mean? So make sure you're really, you're focused on your healing. Just because you take them back and things seem to be going good doesn't mean that you need to give up on healing that wound, whatever it was here that they caused. Anything else we need to know about this? One more shuffle here. Thank you. Page of Pentacles. There's that page, Knight of Pentacles. I do think that you're going to work on this connection. Again, if you don't want to hear it, that's okay. You can check another placement. This is specifically for those of you where you are looking for reconciliation. It is here. It's on the table. But in order for this to have long-term success, there's a need here for you to address either within yourself, possibly with this person. We'll get you some advice on that, okay? Or maybe with a spiritual guide, a mentor, a priest, a rabbi, maybe a therapist here. But I would say that you still need to work on this wound, because again, the moment you feel the other shoe is dropping, even when it's not, when they're doing something really small and insignificant in that Page of Wands, because you're so wounded and you're just waiting for them to F up again. Yes, Seven of Swords and Knight of Swords could be very aggressive, and you might bring out things that they've done over like the last 7 years that you've known them or worked with them, or, you know, again, whoever this person is. And if it's a child, you might bring up something they did when they were 7 years old, even though they're a grown adult now. So I would definitely work on this wound so it's not re-triggered for you. I haven't gotten advice for anyone else, but I do want to get you advice on this. Any advice on how Capricorn could heal this wound while simultaneously engaging with this individual again? Any advice for them on healing the wound? Bottom of the deck, Ace of Wands. So accepting this offer opportunity here to move forward with this person, or like I said, reconnect with them. Any advice here? One more shuffle here. Thank you. The advice, Star, healing. Make sure you work on that. Two of Pentacles could be time management. So make sure that, again, even though you're connecting with this person, you're still setting time aside to feel all of those emotions and to process them. Lover's card, bottom of the deck, Ten of Wands. Yeah, if you don't fully process the feelings, the wounds, crying, you know, if you don't make the choice to do this, I think it can become a burden to the connection. Because the moment they do something, even if it ends up being like a legitimate infraction here, like they do something small, you might make it out to be, you know, they're doing a Page of Wands, they're doing something a little immature or saying something off the cuff, but to you it's going to feel like the Ten of Wands. And again, I think it's because there's some unresolved trauma here between you and them because of whatever transpired here. So I would definitely work on that. So the Star card, the Two of Pentacles, and the Lovers is like, in order for you to be in full alignment with this reconciliation, there's a need here for you to make a choice to create some time here to work on your healing or work on that wound that they triggered or that they created. Anything else Capricorn needs to know about healing the wound? One more shuffle. Thank you. Anything else you need to know? The Moon, the Nine of Pentacles, and that Seven of Pentacles, bottom of the deck, Eight of Cups. Because when you don't, if you don't address it, when you don't see it coming and you think everything is structured and solid and we're moving along, again, something small happens, and Eight of Cups, you're going to emotionally retract from this person. You might even threaten to walk away from them. So there is a need here for you to go within Judgment to the High Priestess and do some internal work. I don't really think it includes this person. I'm not saying you shouldn't discuss it with them, but this seems to be more of a wound within you that you need to continue working on. So whatever that wound is, I would look for some expert videos online, or maybe some free counseling online, or a trusted friend you can talk to, or maybe just journaling it out in a book will help you just get it on paper, just to kind of get it out of you. But I would maybe even, you might even need just a really good cry about what happened to begin the healing process. That's possible here for one of you watching. But I just think if you ignore it and get right back into the relationship, although it's going well, I think the smallest little thing that happens could trigger an emotional avalanche for you. Okay, let's get you some oracle cards and we'll close it out with kippers. So yeah, it looks like reconciliation here is on the table for the Capricorn collective. Thank you. The first card there is organized for success. I do think that you want to be successful with this friendship or this partnership or this connection. This is telling you to visualize abundance in all form. And I think that's what you're doing with that Ten of Pentacles twice on the table. I really think that you're having or holding on to this steady vision of how great this connection could be. So I feel like that visualizing abundance is like in your head or in your heart, you know that this could be a really good connection for you, or at least that's your hope. And then you have positivity, faith, and optimism. Yeah, I do feel an optimistic feeling here, that you feel like you made the right decision and things are running smoothly. But again, working in your subconscious is, well, how long will this last for? How long until they F up again? That's the feeling. Or they try to take advantage of me again, or they cross a boundary. And I think that's what you need to heal. And let's get one more card here, please. Okay, you have care and compassion, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, and offer a helping hand. And this might actually also be like you asking for a helping hand. And maybe there is something here for some of you where you need to work out with this person what happened. We can't just gloss it over and cover it up with an I'm sorry and okay, you're forgiven type of thing. You know, I don't think an exchange of I love yous is going to fix what happened here. And then you have light activation. Shine your light. Your internal guidance is coming through loud and clear. So remember, we saw that High Priestess card and the Judgment card. There is something here about you going within. I do think that you need to do that. I'm surprised we didn't see the Hermit card. And your last card here is forgiveness. You are on the path of light, love, and forgiveness. Father, healing is possible at this time. So it is possible here for you to heal the wound within you and to also heal this connection. But you need to actively work on that in order to be successful with it. And let's get you a couple of Kipper cards here. Let's get 2 cards here for each row for the Capricorn collective. You have sudden wealth and you have concern. Yeah, I think the feeling, number one, for some of you, that Ace of Wands, Six of Wands, this could be a little bit of an ego stroke here. Not going to lie to you, that this person is coming back. You could feel like you won the jackpot, or they're finally apologizing for what they did, or they're finally owning, you know, what they did, or taking responsibility. Some of you could feel suddenly lucky that this person is finally stepping up to the plate. But then part of you is concerned, like I said, are you accepting the apology? And don't surrender what you do to tarot, okay? You make up your own mind. I'm just telling you, most of you are going to forgive this person, but there's a concern there lingering in the back of your mind, like, but I can't trust them fully, or I'm just waiting for them to do it again. Let's get you 2 cards here for the middle row. Yeah, false person came out on the side, and so did the Lovers. And that's the feeling. I don't know if I could fully trust them again, but yet you're accepting them back into your life. But it's very much a wait and see attitude. And I agree, you know, and I've been through this with my person. And I always say, observe, right? And I don't tell him how long I'm going to observe him for. And he doesn't tell me, you know, when I mess up, because I'm not perfect. So yeah, when the person comes in with an apology, you know, usually, at least for me, it's like, well, let me give them 30 days or 45 days to actually see if there's some changed behavior here. And sometimes I see it instantly, but I'm still going to observe to make sure that it's consistent. So I think it's a good thing that you're doing that. But again, if you don't heal the wound within you, either that they triggered or that they caused. The slightest thing they do, you're just going to accuse them of being a false person or seven of sorting you, and that might not be what they're doing. And that's coming from a place of fear or pain, or fear of abandonment or fear of rejection within us. So I would definitely work on that wound. And your final two cards here, you have marriage and you have mature man. So this is a connection that can go the distance, regardless of who this person is. You do have a soul contract. I think you've learned a lot from this person. I think they've learned a lot from you too. You have coffin, you have community, and you have expectation. Yeah, if you thought this relationship was done and over with, it's not. Now, you don't have to accept their apology, but I'm still telling you energetically, it looks like it's coming in. The community card in this deck is kind of like the Three of Cups, which is this reconciliation and harmony and being in balance with the person. So, and I think part of you is not sure what to expect. You don't know whether you're going to close it out or whether or not this is going to be a long-lasting union between you and them. Again, the expectation card, I just waiting and seeing, right? Looking out the window, just waiting to see if they're going to F up again. For some of you, it is your child there with the child card, but like I said, doesn't necessarily have to be. So that is what I have for you for February 2026. Please continue working on your healing. You have an opportunity here at reconciliation, but if you're not fully healed, come March, you may accuse them of doing something they're not necessarily doing, or taking something that they are doing, which is small and trivial, and blowing it out of proportion. But that is what I have for you, my dear. If you like those messages, they resonated with you, you want to claim all or part of them, please be sure to click like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hype the video if you're able to do that. Thank you very much for being a time traveler. I do appreciate your support, and I hope that these readings help you with your journey. And so I read for you again, Capricorn. I'm wishing you light, love, and peace.